Forensic Ambassadors Academy, an international seminar, the 10th International Seminar of Forensic Nigeria, Forensic Ambassadors Africa 2025. Enjoy the procession. Thank you.
Thank you very much. May we have a safe place. I would like to call on the anchor person for today, in person of Dr. Ambassador Nkechi and Dr. Sanusi, Dr. Ambassador Sanusi, to take the lead. Thank you.
Good morning, distinguished participants. You're all welcome to this occasion of Ambassador Abraham Kwanfan. Please put your hands together for his opening remarks.
So, today is quite a unique day in the history of Forensic Guards Nigeria, Forensic Ambassadors Africa, and particularly Forensic Ambassadors Academy Africa. We are here to witness the first graduation of this organization. After its inception, this is the first graduation. The students have passed through a 10 weeks training, and here we are today to witness their graduation. So this is a welcome address presented by my humble self, Ambassador Abraham Kwanfan, Executive Secretary, Forensic Guards Nigeria, Forensic Ambassadors Africa, and Forensic Ambassadors Academy. At this graduation ceremony of Forensic Ambassadors Academy and 10th International Forensic Seminar in Osun State University, Osogbo, it started from 28, 29, and today is the 30th day, the 30th, which is day 3. We want to welcome our distinguished guests, esteemed faculty, proud parents, and most importantly, our graduating Forensic Ambassador students. I warmly welcome you to today's momentum occasion. Today marks a significant milestone in our collective pursuit of excellence in forensic science and its application. As we gathered for the first graduation of the Forensic Ambassadors Academy and the 10th International Forensic Seminar organized by Forensic Ambassadors Africa, Forensic Guards Nigeria, and Forensic Ambassadors Academy, today marks, we acknowledge the remarkable efforts of our ambassadors who have worked tirelessly to promote forensic analysis, digital forensics, and crime scene investigation. The theme of our seminar this year is the role of forensic ambassadors in crime scene management. But basically, since our job is to complement the security agencies in the fight against insecurity, we say complementing African government in the fight against terrorism. Underscore the critical role forensic science plays in modern law enforcement. Our forensic ambassadors are equipped with the knowledge and skills to support government to investigate crimes and bring perpetrators to justice. I commend the Osun State government, particularly the Ministry of Education and the Osun State University, for hosting this event and for its commitment to advancing forensic science education. Permit me to pause here and ask again if the Vice Chancellor of this university is here or represented, because we're in touch and promise to send delegation. Okay, it's like they're not yet here. So once again, I must commend them for giving us this opportunity. May interest you to know that this hall we're enjoying today, we have not paid a penny to use this hall. We're using it free of charge courtesy of Osun State University with the support of Ministry of Education, Osun State. This, I want to say, without mixing words, there's a way of encouraging forensics, and I commend them for this. We are still expecting the Honorable Commissioner. I don't know whether he's already here. We are still expecting them to join us here. To our graduating ambassadors and students, I congratulate you on this achievement. Your expertise will be invaluable in promoting forensic science and supporting law enforcement agencies in Africa. I charge you to continue learning, sharing your knowledge, and applying your skills to make a positive impact in your communities. Before I take my seat, I must commend the National Association of Uniform Voluntary Organizations, who has done the job of ensuring that their members are well represented in this program. Once again, thank you for making time to be part of this program, and I want to urge you, you will benefit every part of this program. Thank you, and God bless you.
We'll be doing the welcome at the chairman's remark. And the chairman's remark is coming from not other person than the President Association of Forensic Professionals of Nigeria. That is Ambassador Churchill Toro, ably represented by Omonitor Oluwasegun, digital forensic expert. Please let's put our hands together as we bring it forward for the opening remark. Thank you.
Distinguished Professor, the President, Forensic Guard Nigeria, the Executive Secretary, the PRO, the PRO, the EXCOs, the Forensic Ambassador Africa, and everyone present here. I'm Oluwasegun Shafe from Association of Forensic Professionals of Nigeria, representing the President, Mr. Churchill Toro, who is the President of the Association of Forensic Professionals of Nigeria. Today, I'm being sent here to represent him and to acknowledge and encourage our graduates who are entering into the system of forensics. And forensics is a large field that encompasses different fields, different disciplines, from pathology to toxicology to digital forensics to network forensics to different fields, accounting, auditing, and so on and so forth. So what you are seeing displayed here is my personal profile. I am a digital forensic expert with over 10 years experience in digital forensics. This is my certification. I will be talking a little on that. It is a great honor to stand before you. I did not take you for granted. I'm just a young man growing up in the field of forensics. So it's a great privilege to stand in front of professors here, security agencies, security personnel, and everybody. I will be talking briefly on the role of forensic ambassador in crime scene. We've run through 10 weeks of a marathon training, marathon course that we know a lot regarding crime scene. What are the do's and what are the don'ts in the crime scene management? So these are what I'll be talking on. That's the role of an ambassador, the forensic science and the importance in Nigeria. The pathway to becoming a forensic expert. Being an ambassador, after this training, you shouldn't stop here. You should move further, being an expert in the field. So we can be an authority and we can compete with the rest of the world when it comes to forensics as a whole. And also we're looking at different fields in forensics, which all of us know already. However, on these different fields, I won't be talking on the field itself. I'll be talking on the certifications that will make you an expert, so that forensics is science. What I do in Nigeria and what I do in the US should be the same thing. So the certificate that will be talking on around this place will be something that once you finish the certification courses, you can go anywhere in the world and compete with any forensic experts in the world. Also, I'll be looking at the specialization and the intersection of different forensic fields. You can be a crime scene manager, right? And also you are very good at fingerprint analysis. So those are different fields. They have conceptual points whereby you can fit in different fields in forensics. Also, we'll be looking at the AFCON, which is the main reason why I'm here. I'm standing in the shoes of my president, Mr. Churchill Toro. That's the president of AFCON. Then we'll be looking at the benefit of joining the association. We'll be looking at call to action and closing remarks. Once again, you are welcome. Today, as graduates of the Forensic Ambassador, it is important to emphasize the special role you are stepping into. That the forensic ambassador in crime scene, what are those things you need to do at a crime scene? Are you the one to investigate? No. Once you get your findings, you get your evidences, you pass it to the appropriate authority. You don't go to court with, you don't file charges, the lawyer does. So once you finish your findings, after your investigation, you pass it to the appropriate authority, whether the police, the ICPC, the EFCC, the NJA, the NAFDAC, any authority that are investigating the case. Then they are starting with the work, the responsibility of actually going to the court with the findings. Then they will invite you to do your expert testimony. You give your expert testimonies. These are what I do, right? So those are the few things you do as a forensic ambassador. Also, other things to do is you are the first responder of integrity. You manage the crime scene in such a way that evidence are not being contaminated. And when we mention crime scene, a lot of people believe it is the physical aspect alone, but no, crime scene goes beyond the physical aspect. It goes beyond this all. For example, we have digital crime scene as well, whereby there is probably business email compromise in a big company. Forensic has started with the responsibility of tracing how this business email compromise occurred. That is a digital crime scene. Also, we have probably all these phishing attacks in the tech world, because I belong to digital forensics, so I face more of digital footprint, and we investigate that. So we recreate crime scene, right? And while doing that, we are bringing justice, so that somebody that did not commit an offense is not being punished. So we are making sure that those that committed offense are actually the ones that are being punished of the offense they committed. Also, we look at evidence custodian, whereby we have chain of custody. When we get blood stain, right, probably in the crime scene, there should be chain of custody in which each person handling each evidence at each point, they are accountable for what they are handling. In terms of contamination, we are okay between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Mr. A, B, C, and D were the one handling this evidence. So those are the chain of custody that we look at as an ambassador of forensics. So in a crime scene, you cordon the area, you secure the area. Then evidence that you are getting, you make sure that they are well preserved to avoid contamination, so that we won't be having mixed up when you get to the laboratory. We also look at educator and advocates. The forensic guard Nigeria, what they just do is the educational aspect of it, in which we have run through 10 weeks of extensive training, and as well there was even projects that participants and students went ahead to do, right? Making sure that what they actually passed through in these 10 weeks, they knew what they were taught. And aside that, they can stand up tomorrow and talk on any part of the forensic in which they actually do their project on. Also, we do collaborators with across disciplines. We wish we are here today. We have the police, we have the Peace Corps, we have different security agencies. But that's the synergy, the collaboration, so that there can be flow of communication, exchange of data, exchange of information, whether in the physical space or in the digital space. There will be flow of information. We also serve as champion of justice in the society. We serve as champion of justice in the sense that when we have things that are not being straight, we can set them straight by the virtue of our training and what we have actually received. Then I will now be looking at the importance of forensics in Nigeria, which is why a lot of people are coming into the space. In 2020, NUC, that's the National University Commission, they actually approved the study of forensic sciences in Nigeria, which now makes the field a very broad field in which a lot of people are coming in. Before 2020, it has always been law enforcement thing. It's always on law enforcement, but now we now have different participants, different players coming into the field of forensics. And what it does in Nigeria is that it helps us grow economically. It helps us grow in the aspect of technical, the technical aspect of the field. We grow, we can compete with the rest of the world. That this is what we have done in Nigeria, especially in the aspect of digital forensics that I belong. Anything we do here in Nigeria, you can take it to the rest of the world. We actually come out with the same results because it is sciences. We follow protocols. There are guidelines. In the UK, we have APRO guidelines that guides data integrity. We have TGPA, we have HIPAA, which are data integrity, confidentiality, and availability. In which, by the time we focus on this, we can leave Nigeria and go to China. This is my report. Give any forensic expert, they will arrive at the same report, following the same protocol, following the same principle, following the same guideline. Also, apart from this, we now have challenges. There are people that they actually acquire this knowledge not for them to be productive, to be very positively. They acquire this knowledge for negative reasons. We have people that actually study cybercrime, but their main motive is not to help the world, is to destroy the world. We have people that after their knowledge, that's why we are admonishing our graduates, that after the knowledge, you know the loopholes within the forensic space. So we won't use them negatively. There are those that study cybersecurity, they study how to create a phishing link and how to monitor them, how to do reverse engineering, and actually they use those things, those knowledge to rob individuals, which is very bad. And it now comes to the point that educational institutions and the legal aspect, they are now having conflict. This kind of knowledge, should it be passed down or should we stop it? But if we stop it, we can't compete with the rest of the world. We'll be left behind. So there are now rules and regulations. There are acts. We have Advanced Reform Act. We have Cybercrime Act. We have Money Laundering and Prohibition Act in Nigeria that enforces and regulates all this knowledge in such a way that if you actually know how to penetrate into somebody's database, for example, you are not supposed to do what you are not being told to do. You invited me to run a penetration test on your system. I have seen the loophole. My work as a forensic ambassador is to put up my report, submit to their public management. Not for me to now use that and create a ransomware attack and be demanding for ransom from the institution or the organization, which is very bad. When caught, I think in Nigeria is about 21 years imprisonment. So these are the negative aspects of that the country is facing. Also, we have I will now go to pathway to becoming a forensic expert. I don't know if I'm okay. I just left this like that. So pathway to becoming a forensic expert, which is education and training. We train and we retrain ourselves. Continuous improvement. Earlier they showed my professional summary. I told myself every year at least I will acquire at least 2 international certifications, at least 2. And since 2020, I've been achieving that. From networks to digital forensics, to cybersecurity, to document forensics, to fingerprint analysis. I focus on digital forensics, but all this knowledge are very, very important. So to become an expert, those are in the medical line, young people like myself, that we say have that zeal and vibrancy. We can go into different fields. You are an expert in a field, but when it comes to other fields, you are not a non-entity. You can talk and be like, yes, this person knows what he's saying, this person knows what he's doing. And also, apart from education and training, practical exposure. Yesterday we went to the Osun State University Teaching Hospital. to actually see practical, to actually gain practical experience, right? Because forensics is not book and pen and paper, it is practical. We do them over the years, it becomes part of you. I was with Professor last night, he was telling me the experience, I was like, wow. So this is how, there's another world in the medical forensics that, child, how I wish I've been in, probably in my secondary school days, I was just going to medicine, then I will allow myself with professor, right? So there are experience that you gain. It is practical. You don't just read it and keep. You get the appropriate tools, the appropriate guidelines, then you practice them. And I used to tell people anytime I'm gathering, do this I gathered with young people a lot. So I used to tell them there are, in the aspect of digital forensics and network forensics, there are free tools that you can use to practice. So over the years, you master them. By the time you have a real life scenario, you know what to do at which point. Also, I will now talk of ethics and integrity. Whatever we do as forensic experts, we must maintain our integrity. We don't compromise, and we are not being biased in our decision making. What we see is what we interpret. Just the way it is in the legal world. I don't know the name of what do you call this woman's name? Just call her one name. Like, she's blindfolded. Yes, so she doesn't know who is who. So it is based on your fact and evidence that on that she will make her own judgment. So also it is in the forensics. Whether I've been given let's say evidences to work on. I've been given evidence to work on, right? I don't need to see the suspects. The evidence in my front is what I'm working on. And after that I'll give my decision. Probably I now have samples. Okay, this evidence goes with this person's sample. I don't need to have a direct contact with the suspect. No, I just go based on evidence so that we are not being biased. Also, I'll now walk straight down to different fields in forensics. Whereas I'll not be mentioning the field itself, I'll be mentioning the certifications that we should acquire. After this, let us progress. Right? Let us progress. Not just, okay, I'm now an ambassador, then let me go and speak. No, we progress. So in the next 10 years, the television that we are using in 1990 and now, they are two different things. Somebody that repairs television in those days, probably let's now say, he now went to prison and come back 2025. He now said he wants to start his television repair. He's lost already. So also it is in the forensics. There are advancements in technology, there are advancements in things, so you keep improving yourself. So for this type of forensics, I will just mention three certifications that you should get. We have Market certified forensic examiner, we have certified physical analyst. For forensic accounting, we have certified fraud examiner. So these certifications, they are internationally recognized, whereby once you get it, you can practice not only in Nigeria, but anywhere in the world. You can practice the certification. You are a professional, you are an expert in that field. When it comes to crime scene investigation, we have crime scene investigator, we have professional certified investigator. For forensic biology and DNA analysis, we have American Board of Criminalists. We have forensic DNA analysis certification. For forensic toxicology, we have diplomate of American Board of Forensic Toxicology. So these are certificates that when you get them, you can practice anywhere in the world. Then let's just report to action. Please, next slide. Okay. So, just let's go to report to action. So I'll talk briefly on Association of Forensic Professionals of Nigeria. It is an umbrella in Nigeria that brings in every forensic professionals, whether in the medical aspect, whether in the digital forensics, whether in the cyber crime, anywhere, any field. So this umbrella brings you, this association brings you that umbrella whereby we can interact, we can network, we can talk with each other, we can share experiences. And also, please, next slide. Okay, just keep in please. So our vision, okay, let me just keep that. So this is the profile of our president, Mr. Churchill, who actually sent me down here. is a seasoned forensic expert with experience over 20 years of experience in the field of forensics. And his experience goes, I just mentioned a few of his experiences here, his certification and qualifications here. So aside that, then what are the benefits of being part of the AFCON? What these are the benefits? Professional recognition, networking without boundaries, because you can actually network with other fields. I was in professor yesterday, things I don't even know about. He was sharing his experience, so these things really exist. So those are the advantages. Then capacity building, we want training right on time. Then we'll be having our annual conference next month. So those are interested, you can actually join. Thank you so much.
Wow. Very interesting. Please can we appreciate it again? I think I'm able to put a summary of just 4 points. You see, as I've said earlier, we went to the Osun State Hospital yesterday, the forensic pathology department, with a very renowned pathology professor. What he did was to relax and allow his trainee, whom he believes seriously on, to take the leave for about 3 hours or so. And today, we have seen another from Dr. Ambassador Churchill, sending this young man all the way from Abuja to do the same justice. Ladies and gentlemen, can we appreciate him more? I have said it to us in our other forum, where we had a series of lectures, that forensic is interrelated, is interconnected. And this young man said he promised himself every month, he'll be getting every 2 months, everyone will be getting to do that certificate. I think we can do that. We are not too old for knowledge. Please, we can do that. Ladies and gentlemen, let me quickly summarize what he said. He talked about the role of forensic ambassador. He equally talked about the educational aspect. He talked about the longer tussle between forensic specialists and lawyers. It may interest us to do that. Lawyers are taking over forensics. Because when you come to court under cross-examination, a forensic expert that is a lawyer will be defeating the other lawyer that is not forensically inclined. And of course, professionalism, that has to do with integrity. Ladies and gentlemen, we can do further. Let me quickly, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to call on the Minister of Youth for Sport to give his opening address. Thank you, sir.
The existing protocols, once again, Amandola, this is my, was the former chairman National Youth Council of Nigeria, Osun State Chapter. I'm standing today to represent the Honorable Minister. And firstly, the Minister sent his apology. There are unexpected schedule that do not allow him to be here. He actually wants to be here in person. Well, like I would also encourage, as the chairman have done, it is important that we continue to make all efforts to seek for justice in our nation and in the world at large, as many have become victims of various offenses and various crimes as the case may be, only because they are not experts to look into what are the causes or what are the root causes of the cause of whatever that has happened. I remember cases where there are reasons to call for investigations. Okay, so there's the case that happened at social place. There are evidence, but there are no forensic experts to look into the evidence so that they can get the actual reason why that offense has been committed or why what has actually happened. So I'm glad that I think we are waking up from our slumber, that we now have at least forensic experts that are increasing in numbers, because it's very important, it's very key that we have more numbers of forensic experts. Forensic do not really stops at maybe gunshot, accident, or level. I remember very well, and I'm aware also, that even in our electoral systems, we need forensic experts to look into whatever that is happening. So that's we have a lot of places that we need forensic experts to make things work for us, and that is why it is important, and we need to appreciate whoever that has brought up this idea that there's more forensic experts. And like my chairman has also said, we should encourage us more. Learning do not have limitation. I understand the fact that even our professors keep learning every day. So there's no limitation to whatever knowledge we have at the moment. Let's keep encouraging ourselves. Let's keep encouraging others so that we can have more people to help us so that justice will be served appropriately and at appropriate time. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.
We have the honor and similar privilege again to call on Professor Ojo B. A. Fila, Professor of Anatomy and Forensic Pathology from Benue State University. This is a professor with over 25 years experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm standing on the existing protocols. Actually, the data forensics are actually everything I need to talk about. Has already talked about everything. But I will just talk briefly on forensic experts, because what the forensic guys in Nigeria and forensic ambassadors in Africa are trying to create are forensic experts. And the forensic experts will be working in our legal system. So what I'll be talking today, I'll just talk about forensic experts and the Nigerian legal system. We all know how our legal system operates. So I'll first start by defining forensic science. Because virtually everything we have to do, whether you're a forensic digital expert or you're a forensic pathologist, is still under the umbrella of forensic science. So forensic science is the application of science principles. Most of us, when we are in high school, we've gone through physics, chemistry, biology. These are still the basic building blocks for sciences, for science, any science-oriented professions. So it's the application of science principles and methods to support decision-making related to rules or law, and generally, and specifically criminal and civil law, is the application of physics, chemistry, biology to support decision-making to rules or law, that is the legal system, generally or specifically in criminal or civil law. Because our legal system, we can broadly divide, it can be divided into either criminal law or civil law. So during criminal investigation in particular, criminal investigation is governed by the legal standard of admissible evidence. For you to present, if you're a forensic expert, for you to present what your findings at the crime scene or anything you are doing, that evidence must be admissible in the court. So during criminal investigation in particular, it is governed by the legal standard of admissible evidence and criminal procedure. It is a broad field. Forensic science is a broad field, utilizing numerous practices such as analysis of DNA, fingerprints, blood stain pattern, firearm, ballistics, toxicology. Luckily, we have a very good friend of mine here, Dr. Agbo. He's a toxicologist, and we've been working, I think since 2000, we've been working together on toxicology. So we also use methods like microscopy and fire debris analysis to collect evidence, and this evidence are what we take to court. So forensic experts in Nigeria, they stand as guardians of truth within the Nigerian legal system. They are the guardian of truth within the Nigerian legal system. Their expertise is instrumental in providing critical evidence that often determines the course of justice. Their expertise, their knowledge, is what they use in getting evidence that often determines the course of justice in our courtrooms. From unveiling complex crime scenes to offering expert testimony in courtroom. Most of you, when you graduate today, your evidence, your findings will make you most of the time you have to go to court as for expert testimony based on the evidence that you are able to gather in the course of your work. So their roles is pivotal, yet often met with a myriad of challenges in the Nigerian context. Just as Dr. Makinde was talking about on yesterday, there are a lot of challenges that we forensic experts will face in Nigeria, in the Nigerian context. So forensic experts, they play a very crucial role as expert witnesses they bridge the gap between scientific evidence and legal proceedings. It's when you get to the court, your findings, you have to break it down in a way that the judge will understand. I used to tell my students that I work in Makurdi, and I used to tell them that we have a market there, a local market. Now if I have an evidence and I'm taking it to court, the way I'm going to explain it to the judge, the woman that sells that local market should be able to understand what I'm saying. If you go to the court and you start using all your medical jargon, you'll be talking over the judge. So it will not make sense, any sense to them. So you should be able to bring whatever your evidence you are taken to the court. You should be able to bring it down to the level that the average market woman will be able to understand. Don't worry, your judge may be a professor, but when it comes to scientific evidence, he or she is just a layman that every other woman market and local market. So you need to break it down at the level that they will understand and they will be able to follow whatever you are doing. So forensic experts, they play a crucial role as expert witnesses, bridging the gap between the scientific evidence and legal proceedings. Their testimony in Nigerian courtrooms often holds the power to sway judgment, because what you are going to say often holds the power to sway judgment, whether you are going to convict the accused or whether they are going to set him free. Providing juries and judges with insight into complex forensic findings. Most people, especially in the legal system, they come from the art background. They don't know enough about physics, chemistry, biology. So whatever you are going to do, you have to do it in such a way to break it down for them so that they will appreciate what you are doing. And this will often, most of the time, will often be determined because of the judgment. So their roles are often indispensable in ensuring a fair and just legal system through the weight of their testimony that is backed by scientific rigor and expertise. Whatever you are submitting in court as evidence is based on scientific principles. So your evidence is very, very important for the court, but you must provide your evidence in such a way when you are discussing it in such a way that the average lawyer, judge will be able to understand what you are saying. If there was a case I did in Makurdi, what happened? It was a case of sexual assault. They first asked a doctor they first got a pathology to do the autopsy. So when he did the autopsy, they now requested that I should do a second autopsy. Now, because the result, the warrant, we had these female legal professionals, they were not happy with the result. So when we got to the court and when we did the second autopsy, we found evidence that was that were missed during the first autopsy. So I presented the result in such a way that everybody in the court understood what we are talking about. So eventually, based on that, they were able to convict the accused. So whatever you have to do, you are going there as an expert witness. You are not going there to support government. You are not going there to defend anybody. It's your evidence. You are a neutral person. So not even if you are working for the government, you are not going there to support government position. And you are not going there to go against anybody. It's what you are able to gather from your expertise that are going to present in court. So forensic experts' collaboration with law enforcement agencies in Nigeria is of great significance. You have to collaborate with other law enforcement agencies. My own experience, I don't know whether I've seen the representative of the Inspector General of Police is here. I don't know whether I should say this. As much as possible, we've been working with the police, especially in Makurdi. But when you come to cases of death in custody, police, they don't want to work with us. They don't want to work with us. I recently have a case, one man, I don't want to use ethnic or something, but he wasn't from the majority tribe in Makurdi, in Benue. So this man died in custody. We did an autopsy, which was obvious that this man died from what? Blunt force trauma. He must have been beaten in that place to death. So when I told the police that these are my results, they were telling me that this man, because he's not from a major tribe, which is more of a terrorist, or the result wasn't canned, and I told them I don't do such a thing. So I just gave them my results. So what I'm trying to say, most of the time there should be collaboration between the the medical expert or the forensic expert and the police, irrespective of whatever you are finding. You must be honest with your findings, and you must submit it. So the collaboration is very, very important for us to be able to get something. So forensic expert collaboration with law enforcement expertise in Nigeria, agencies in Nigeria is of great significance in solving crimes. They aid law enforcement in collecting, analyzing, and interpreting evidence, empowering them to build stronger cases. In Makurdi, I have to talk a lot about Makurdi. We have a system now whereby we try to train our lawyers, and we are even in 2 months' time we'll be organizing a seminar, forensic medicine for law enforcement. For lawyers, judiciary, and law enforcement agents. The essence of this is to break down the way we look at, the way we forensic pathologists look at the way we present our result, so that the average lawyer, the average judiciary members of the judiciary, the law enforcement agents in Makurdi they have a way, they will be in a position to understand what we are seeing. Oftentimes when I write a medical report, especially autopsy report, and I give it to the police, they don't even know how to go about looking at the report. So I have to break it down in such a way. I have to teach them. When I'm giving any report, I have to sit them down and say, this is the cause of death. This is why we call it the cause of death. This is why this is so. Because we have to collaborate together. Because the most important thing we are trying to get is to get a good result. So their collaboration enhances the quality and efficiency of investigation. Investing in specialized education programs and providing ongoing training opportunity is crucial to nurture a pool of highly skilled forensic experts capable of meeting the evolving demands of the legal system, as our legal system relies on competence and credibility of forensic experts. So what I'm trying to say is that we need continuing education, just like what we are having now. This continuous education, such as the Forensic Guard Academy and specialized training, are essential to ensure that experts remain updated. If you're an expert and you're just depending on yourself, you don't have a method of doing continuing medical education. It's what you've learned that you know. So if you have this kind of continuing medical education, where expert gathers together, you teach those who are in the field, they will be in a position to update their knowledge about their subspecialties in forensic, and to ensure that latest methodology and methodology and the technology are updated. So it's going to help the legal system, it's going to help the society. So limited forensic infrastructure, no standardized protocols are some of the hurdles that impede the effectiveness of forensic investigation. Like in Nigeria now, like what Dr. Makinde was saying the other time, no standardized reporting format, even for autopsy. Somebody in Lagos will write an autopsy report, and if I have to look at it, it will be different from the way I'm going to write an autopsy report. I remember when I went for training in South Africa, I did my training in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal. Then I went to Cape Town too. Cape Town is around Pretoria area. So the format of reporting the autopsy report in Cape Town is the same thing in Durban. So they have a standardized format. So in Nigeria, we don't have a standardized protocol. So a policeman that is working in Lagos now, the way he goes to crime scene, the crime scene for his investigation, is going to be difficult. It's going to be different from a policeman that goes to Abuja. Oftentimes, most of our, with due respect, Mr. Dr. Oftentimes our police are poorly trained. I have a case. What happened? This was the case is still in court. I'll just say please. I have a case. This woman was. I'm not going to mention her name. She was she found her dead. In the kitchen. She lived alone. It's a big compound. She lived alone. So there was this knife. In the kitchen, there was this knife, on top of the sink. So the first thing the police people did was to say that this woman died from sharp force injury from the knife, without even trying to look at everything. So when we got there, normally when they called me, I used to go there with my students, we do crime scene investigations. we look around before they bring the body to the for the autopsy. So when we did our autopsy, this woman has no evidence of sharp force injury. Sharp force injury means something like knife. There was no evidence of anything like that on her body. And the police have already informed the office of the Attorney General for them to get all the coroner's paper for us to do the autopsy that this patient dies from sharp force injury. And those are records. So when we now submitted our autopsy report that this patient dies from blunt force injury, she has a fracture. Based on, what's called a fracture of the back of the head. That was what killed her. So now for them to now, to synchronize that thing is another thing. And that might have an effect on their case presentation. And I was telling you, you can't, usually when I do my autopsy, I take pictures and I put them on CD and I submit a copy to the court. I have my copy. So there is nothing, if I'm going to court, I'm going to defend my findings. So it's up for you now to defend your findings. How are you going to reconcile sharp force injury with blunt force injuries? And in autopsy, when we talk about autopsy is the Supreme Court of Medicine. What we say is just like eyewitness finding. You can't change it. I can't change it for anything. I have my reputation at stake. So I've told them, whatever you have to do, what we have to do to prevent this kind of thing is to have more training for the police, have more training for our police, have more training for the lawyers, so that all of us can work in such a way that we collaborate together and make sure that fairness, justice is ensured. So this demands that concerted effort from stakeholders like government bodies, legal institutions, and forensic professionals to address these challenges of no standardized protocols, limited forensic infrastructures. So there is a need to invest in infrastructures, developing standardized protocols for the country, advocating for wider acceptance of forensic evidence, and key steps towards overcoming these challenges. This is our country. Some of us are too old to start running away from the country, but we have fairness in everything. So we have to face these challenges and make sure that whatever we have to do, we do them so that we have good practices, good collaboration between forensic experts, the judiciary, lawyers, and and the police security agency, so that on the long run we will be happy to live in our country. So in concluding, the role of forensic experts in Nigeria and legal system is instrumental in upholding justice and ensuring the rule of law. By addressing challenges we are facing, investing in education like this, and fostering better collaboration between agencies, we can elevate the role of forensic experts, fortifying the legal system, and reaffirming its commitment to justice. Thank you very much.
At this point, without taking much of our time, we invite our keynote speaker who will come over and do justice to the topic. Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Chairman, to stand on established protocols. First, I will want to apologize to everyone here for coming a little bit late. But actually, it was because of my tight schedule. I came in from Abuja on Thursday. I had to give a lecture at the University of Lagos yesterday. That was why I couldn't come in here. And this morning, I left Lagos for this place. Unfortunately, I never knew that the road has become so bad. The last time I came in here was in 2018 when I came to give evidence in the court in the case of toxicology of the late senator. So that was 2018. And today I thought that the road was as good as that. So I was thinking that within 3 hours I should be here. But it turned out to be something else. So please accept my apology. The second thing is, before I go into my what I want to say is to acknowledge my friend, Professor Job. We have been, interacting, he's been sending samples to me for, I think, almost about 10 years or thereabout. But I've never seen him face to face. But we've been walking, talking each time there is a case, he will call me, he will send something to me, I'll do the analysis and send the report to him. But I have never, and he has tried on some occasions to bring me here to come and talk. But this is the first time I have to step in here to do that. Thank you very much. Like they said, I am currently the head of the Nigerian Police Forensic Science Laboratory. And it has not been easy. Prof was mentioning some of those things. It's true. The police require a lot of training, we believe that. We know that our boys need training, and we are struggling to ensure that we do it. But you should also know that our number is so large that the effort you are putting in, doesn't seem to percolate as one would expect. So, Prof, please accept us like that. We promise you that we'll get better. It's not only you, it's even me in the lab. I have a lot of problem with it. It's part of the things we are talking about. They send samples to me and they come in a very bad shape. And like you always say, science is science anywhere. But I have been in this business, the forensic science in this country, for the past 32 years. And virtually most of the important cases in this country, you can mention them. Benedict has been involved in them. So you're hearing, I don't know, apart from forensic pathology, I don't think there is any other person in this country in substance forensic that can tower above me if I'm not bragging. So my topic today, I decided to come down myself instead of sending my boys to come down, just because I cherish passing this knowledge to especially the young ones. In 2013, I was going to the US, in Atlanta, when the officer put in my data and my profile came out. He told me, "What are you still doing in that country?" And I told him, "What do you mean? I don't understand what you're saying." He said, look at your profile. Why don't you come over here? I told him, if I come over here, who is going to develop that place? That's the reason why each time I have the opportunity of coming to talk to young people, I feel obliged to do it. Especially gingering you people to please take up the challenge. The country is for us to develop. Those places you are running to, other people suffered, died in the process of developing them the way they are. It's unfortunate that you find yourself within that circle of those who died to develop the country. So just try to find yourself and put in your best. That's the only thing I have to say before I go into my topic. Please make it this opportunity. We talk of forensic, and because of that, I say this to people. That's why I was talking to the patron. I had to shut down 3 DNA forensic laboratories in the country because they were not doing the right thing. I was appalled when I went to one of the places and I found out that they have run almost about 60 cases and all of them were rubbish. I had to go to the Attorney General of the state and insisted that all the cases police have done involving this report, all those DNA reports must be pulled from those cases. Why? What you are doing determines somebody's life. You just mess around and somebody's killed. So please, it's something that is serious. I say that as forensic ambassadors, my keynote address tried to focus on that. I tried to picture the two of you, those who are actually forensic scientists certified, that can do the work well, and those who are not forensic scientists, but can play a part. And please, it's important. One thing about an expert is your ability to know your limitation of your expertise. I was testifying in a court in Lagos, and when the prosecutor was rounding up, he was reading me the evidence. He now asked me, "Can you tell this honorable court the cause of death?" Meanwhile, I was testifying as a DNA expert. We have had a pretrial. This question never arose. I told him point blank, that aspect is for the pathologist, not for a DNA expert. And the judge took almost 5 minutes to draw the attention of everybody that this is what it is to be an expert, knowing where your expertise stops. Let me tell you one thing. If I had gone ahead to say it, the court would have accepted, nobody would have questioned anything. But you, as an expert, please just know your limits and stay in your path. If you are not a certified expert in a particular field, please do not get involved in it. If I'm trained as a crime scene expert, let my work stop at the crime scene. If I'm a DNA expert, let my work stop there. And we are having that problem because I currently have a case I did. The police got some people who went to the crime scene to pick items in a murder case. I didn't know that it was the police who invited them. These people now sent the sample to me. I did the DNA analysis and wrote the report. Okay? The report is coming from the police. Right? The request to go to crime scene is from the police. The people who went to the crime scene are not policemen. So we're doing the pretrial, and that was the lacuna. How do we solve this? If the defense start asking questions, how are we going to answer that? So that is what I will try to bring out a little for us to see. Please, let us see wherever our expertise stop, we should just stop there. Okay, the aim is to be able to marshal out your evidence in court so that the innocent can be set free and the guilty can face the music. Thank you very much. On that note, I want to start my topic. I was to give a keynote address on this issue. The role of forensic ambassadors in crime scene management. And so I will restrict myself strictly to crime scene management. It's actually a great honor to stand before you, ladies and gentlemen, to welcome a new group of ambassadors into the forensic community. Ceremonies like this are not just about titles or recognition. They are about responsibility, service, and the pursuit of truth. When we think of forensics, many imagine high-tech laboratories, crime scene investigators, and courtroom drama. While those images capture part of what we do as forensics, the reality is deeper. Forensic science is about people. Behind every fingerprint, every DNA strand, every piece of digital evidence lies a story. A victim seeking justice. A family searching for answers. And a society striving for fairness. The word forensic, as I'm going to use it also today, is being carefully chosen to embrace forensic scientists as well as non-forensic scientists. And I will be training more on the path of non-forensic scientists. When people hear the word forensics, their imagination often goes immediately to scientists in white coats, straight to the laboratory, complex DNA profiles, fingerprints, toxicology reports, or digital extractions. Indeed, science in this regard is indispensable. Yet, there is often overlooked truth. Before science begins, stewardship begins. Before the test tube, before the microscope, before the courtroom, there is the crime scene. Therefore, there is a need for everyone concerned in forensic to pay attention to proper management and safeguarding of the crime scene. In fact, in forensic we say that forensic begins at the crime scene and ends in the courtroom. And that what happens at the crime scene is of far more importance than whether you have the best laboratory or the best expert. I'll give you one example. In 2008, a sample was sent to me from Abia State. The story behind it was that a family was having a feud, and the young man who tried to kill his uncle said that the uncle has killed his father and his brothers, and that he was the only person left. And therefore, this young man said, let me kill him so that we can end everything. He ran to a nearby filling station, got a 5-liter jerry can, filled it with gasoline, came in and doused this old man. As he was about striking a match to lit it, they got hold of him. This young man and the old man, drenched in the gasoline, were taken to the police station. The DPO saw them. The DPO ordered that a new clothing be bought for the old man, and this one be packaged to be sent to forensic for analysis. Don't forget, DPO saw this man brought to the station, drenched in gasoline. By the time the clothing was sent to me, when I did the analysis, I couldn't find any trace of gasoline. Why? It had taken them 11 months to send this item. And the items were just put in a nylon bag, tied, and just kept outside. Meanwhile, acetylants, you know that they evaporate. And so virtually everything had gone out. So when I wrote my report, I added a caveat that this report should be taken with the belief that the packaging was not properly done. Why did I shouldn't be doing that, because sometimes that will amount in law to speculation. And your report should not speculate. But I had to do that knowing fully well that if I just said no, I was going to contradict the DPO who saw this thing with his eyes. And so when I was testifying in court, the judge, when I said that, the judge took us out, saying so many things that police, we should try and train these people and all those things. But it's just an example for you, how important it is for you. Just take one simple step. If I hadn't added that clause, the judge would have just said, well, the policeman didn't write what they are saying is not correct. That he will rely more on the scientific evidence. That's how important it is. Small thing like this. So it's really important. Crime scene is very, very important. Whatever happens, the meticulous way items are picked and preserved in the state in which they are by the time they go to the laboratory is so far more important. Whether you are the best or whatever, if the thing does not come to you in good order, there's nothing you can do. So crime scene is so crucial in forensic investigation. So I'm happy that your topic today is about crime scene. So please, let us take that seriously. Crime scene management is very, very important. People have called me, some state governments called me that they want to establish a DNA lab. And I told them, you are not talking, can't be talking about DNA lab when you don't even have a crime scene unit. Do that first. Have these people trained on how to package properly, to process a crime scene, package them. Then you can talk about setting up a lab. That's how important it is. And I'm sending a message to all of you. Please, and it's important as we go through this, like point out a few things you might do, even though you are not a specialist in the area, but you can do something, because I found out that, and I say this, the military, now sometimes every year they come to our lab 2 or 3 times, for us to talk to them. And the few times I've talked to them, they have been able to handle certain very important cases and send them in good condition to me. Which is very good. Just they need to talk on what to do. Because in essence, before the policeman will even come, people will have to discover the scene. The relations to discover the scene. Whatever they do even before the policeman comes, even if they are trained, is very, very important. So that's why we talk about this knowledge going out to everybody. When you find yourself in such a situation, what do you do? Oh, no, don't go there. Cut off the place. Please don't step to that place. And explain to those who want to go in why they shouldn't go in. This is very important. So as forensic ambassadors, you are not only a representative of science, you are also a guardian of integrity. You carry with you the responsibility of showing others that forensic is more than solving crimes. It is about truth-telling, ethical practice, and service to the community. Your role may not involve conducting laboratory tests or interpreting chromatographs. Instead, it may involve something equally important, ensuring that the crime scene is respected, protected, and preserved. This is very important whether you are an expert or you are not an expert. What you need is just a little knowledge on what to do when you find yourself in such a situation. I say this because sometimes we have a murder case, before we know what is happening, the body is taken out of the place. By the time you say they are promising, the relations have come and washed the whole place. and you have nothing else to do. I told somebody one time, somebody died, and these kidnappers, they buried the person for about 2 years. They later found the kidnappers confessed, and they found the grave, and the person was exhumed, and we needed to take bones to bring for me to do analysis. So I told them, I don't want, please give me sample from the mother. The father said, why are you saying the mother? I said, I'm sorry, sir. My experience shows that it's more consistent to have sample from the mother. That, I think the work I've done so far, I've been able to run paternity out of about 5,000 paternity cases in this country. I'm not talking of sending outside, running them here. And I can tell you about those who come from those states, about 15 to 18% of them come out negative. So, and we had the experience when we had the Ghana air crash, where some bodies were not able to identify some bodies, even though samples were taken from the children they brought forward. So that's why we always want, I'm saying this to you, when it comes to DNA analysis in Nigeria, please always go for the sample of preferably the mother. Preferably the mother. Where I see a situation where I can't get sample from the mother, I will ask them to go back to the man's house to look for his clothing and bring for me. I will get sample from the clothing. And that will be a direct match. In that case, I'm not talking of paternity anymore. I'm doing a direct match. These informations are key. So let me define, talk about, two key words in this our topic. Who is an ambassador? When someone is called an ambassador, they are recognized as more than an individual. They are entrusted as representatives of values, ideals, and integrity. To be a forensic ambassador is to embody the bridge between science and justice, between the salient evidence at a crime scene and the loud demands of society for truth. It is to be trusted as the custodian of facts that may determine life or liberty. That's what I'm trying to explain to us. Those little things you know that determine the life of a person. Don't forget, nobody on earth, apart from Jesus Christ, has died and come back. So if you do a stupid thing and somebody is killed, that person is gone forever. So please let us not rush into anything. When you are talking of forensic, Prof define it here, is something to do with the legal process. About taking things, allowing them the legal, not going to court and misleading the court. It's important. The second thing is the crime scene, which is normally called a salient witness. A crime scene is a place where a crime has occurred. It can be in a car, in a room, on the road. I'm not going into details because there are so many ways of classifying crime scene and all that. When you are interested in all those things, we organize a more encompassing, detailed training for you to be made that. Every crime scene in itself is a witness, but it does not speak in words. Instead, it speaks in fingerprints, in footprints, in fibers, in blood patterns, in the smallest fragments, often overlooked. In the book I'm currently writing of forensic evidence, I define,
a forensic scientist from the point of view of evidence, as someone who has been trained to understand the language and understand and interpret the language of material witnesses. What are these material witnesses? The fingerprint we're talking about, the DNA. These are material witnesses. They don't lie. You can't influence them. But if you go to a crime scene, they are there telling you, I'm here, pick me. What is left for you is to have the expertise to be able to know where to search for fingerprints, where to search for DNA material, where to search for footprints. That's all that you need to know. That's what we are saying. Trained in this aspect of understanding what they are and what they mean. That's the interpretation. I give one example. If I found, for instance, a fingerprint at a crime scene where the suspect, it matches the suspect, but the suspect happened to be maybe the husband or boyfriend of the young lady that has been killed, what is the evidential value of such piece of evidence? Yes, we picked it from the crime scene. It matched our suspect. We are suspecting that he probably killed the girl. Okay? But ordinarily, because this young man had access to that building, of course, he can always find his fingerprint there. So finding it does not mean that he killed the person. That's what we are talking about. However, if I find that fingerprint in the blood, yes, you have to explain to me why your fingerprint is in the blood of a deceased at a crime scene. I just want you to understand some of these basic things. So finding that evidence is not sufficient. The evidential value will be taken into context. So, as a scientist, thank you must, like I said, somebody trained to be able to understand these things, seeing a fingerprint and knowing that this is a fingerprint. Going to a crime scene, like for instance, when we teach our boys, you go to a crime scene, I always tell them, just put yourself in the person, the suspect. Where will you go? What will you do if you get there? If you have to commit this crime, that guides you to where you will go to search for evidences. The other thing is, I had a case like that where it was a case of rape, and the young man used a condom, and he left the condom from the crime scene. So, fortunately, I was one of those who went to the crime scene, and my boys. So I called them. I said, look, if I come to a crime scene to rape a girl, and I rape the girl and I carry a condom, do I take it to my house? Do I take the condom to my house? No. I will definitely throw it away when I'm going. So we have to go and search the path of exit. And before we move 2 meters, we found it. So that's what it means to be able to have this idea of what to do when you get the crime scene. It's important because those things you get is what to nail your case. And it's important because there was also a case that came from me from Benin of a young girl that was murdered. And this is important for our doctors. I always talk to our pathologists. I always talk to them. This is a young lady that has been murdered. And it's evident that the young lady was raped. There is no doubt. The body was brought to the mortuary. And they know that they're going to do DNA test on this. That they're going to collect vaginal swab. Yet, the body was embalmed first before they collected the sample. And the embalming fluid is a very strong inhibitor of the PCR process. So it's difficult. I couldn't do anything because in the process of embalming the body, the fluid had entered the vagina. And what they did later was to bring the body, an embalmed body, and take swab from the vagina, full of all this fluid. So those basic things. It's the case you know already they are going to do DNA. Take samples before you embalm the body. Let me know, but please, I'm sorry, I'm practicing for the past 30 years, so my head is full, I can talk and So the role of forensic ambassadors, let's look at them. They ask, when you talk about the symbol of ambassadorship, to be called a forensic ambassador is not a small title at all. It means you are a representative, a bridge between science and society, between the hidden details of a crime and the clear delivery of justice in the courtroom. It means that your actions from the moment you step into a crime scene reflect not just your skills, but the integrity of the forensic profession. Secondly, you must ensure integrity at the crime scene. The first and most critical responsibility of a forensic ambassador is to preserve the crime scene. Every action, securing the perimeter, controlling access, avoiding contamination, can determine whether justice will be served or miscarried. By ensuring the integrity of the scene, ambassadors safeguard the chain of custody, which is the lifeline of forensic credibility. This chain of custody is so key, and forensic scientists, time we talk to them, we always tell them, the lawyers are not scientists. A smart lawyer is not going to attack you on your scientific analysis. He's going to hit you at a weak point, which is usually a chain of custody. There's an example in one of the cases we did in this course, the first DNA analysis in the country. Maybe those of us who are old enough, you will remember Abike Dabiri aired that program when she was in 10th year of a woman of about 70 years who was said to have given birth, and the thing was celebrated as a miracle. Only for the following day or so, another woman to turn up that no, the baby was my baby. They told me that my baby died, and they didn't show me the body of the dead baby. And it became a controversial issue. Seriously, before we even said that promise, a third woman appeared. And so, samples then were not ready in the country. Samples were taken by my boss then. I think I was still DSP or so, Samples were taken by my organ, my boss then. The blood samples were taken. He kept those blood samples in his office. He took them to London for analysis. It was done, and the result came out, actually matching the proper mother. During testimony, the defense counsel just raised some issues. My lord, I want to ask the expert, who took the samples? I don't know who took it. Who kept them? I kept them in my office. Who took them to London? I took them to London. Say, my lord, we are talking about the integrity of one person here. So if he decides to take level A and put on level B, take B to put on A, the result would have been different. See, what he's saying might not be correct, but remember, anytime cases are being presented in the court, especially from the point of view of the prosecution, the judge will always want to side the defense because they know that they are the weaker point in this situation. This one is an institution. The police, the DPP, they are an institution, so they have power. This man, this people is just trying to defend themselves, so they always want to say. So once there is a small stop that the defense can bring, that's all. The judge will want to side. And that was how the judge now said that process must be repeated. And they went. This time they get around, they couldn't afford the DNA now, they have to do HLA typing, which agreed with the former report, the former result. But this time around, the proper chain of custody was followed. So it's very vital, please. And those of you who are experts, please know this. I always tell my people, a smart lawyer will not going to be asking you about the analytical procedure because he's not an expert in that field. But that chain of custody is your weak point. That's where it's going to come from. So pay a lot of attention to that chain of custody. Who collected the samples? Was it properly collected? Was it packaged properly? Was it sealed? Who kept it? Who took it to the lab? Who submitted it? These are things that once there is a proof, for instance, if a sample comes to me in the lab and I'm writing the report and I say the sample came to me with the seal broken, that's all. That's all. It means evidence has been tampered with. Forensic ambassadors too are advocates for professionalism and ethics. In a world where forensic science is sometimes dramatized and misunderstood, ambassadors serve as advocates of professionalism and ethics. They remind us that science is not about shortcuts or spectacle. It's about a meticulous truth-finding. Their conduct at crime scenes set the standard for transparency, impartiality, and accountability. Forensic ambassadors also act as educators and role models. The ambassadorial role does not end at the crime scene. Forensic ambassadors must also be educators, mentoring younger practitioners, engaging with the public, and promoting awareness about the importance of forensic integrity. By doing so, they inspire a new generation of scientists who will carry the torch of truth forward. Let me at this point highlight three central pillars of the role of forensic ambassadors. They are custodians of integrity. The integrity of evidence depends on the very first responders. I've said that before. A single mistake, a footprint on blood spatter as you wrongly step into the scene, a displaced object. This is important because there was a case in London where a police officer got to the crime scene. The victim was strangled with a cord. She losing the cord, and when she realized that she had done the wrong thing, she decided to put the cord back, this time around the wrong direction. So now there are two patterns, one going this way, one going the other way. So by doing so, they inspire a generation of we have seen cases collapse in court because evidence was contaminated or lost before it even reached the laboratory. Non-scientific forensic ambassadors are the custodians who create that protective shield around the crime scene, ensuring that justice is not derailed before it begins. Please, I'm choosing my words. You are a forensic ambassador, you are not a forensic expert. A crime has occurred, you get in there first, fortunately. You should be able to secure the place. You should be able to keep everybody out of that place because you know the importance of a secure crime scene. And once the law enforcement arrive, you hand over to them. telling them what you have done. That will be documented in case you have to be called to the court to go and testify to what you have done. In that case, like the secretary was saying, you will be able to now tell the court that you are a forensic ambassador. And when you get to the crime scene, there were no law enforcement agents around, there were no experts. You needed to protect the scene, and these are what you did. But please don't go beyond your limits. Forensic ambassadors also bridge the gap between community and science. You are also communicators. Often crime scenes are charged with emotions, families grieving, communities demanding answers, and the media pressing for details. The scientist's world can be technical and distant, but the community needs clarity, empathy, and reassurance. And you can do that. The relations are willing. The press people are asking questions. You have this knowledge. You can tell them, please, madam, please, don't, if you go in and you go and contaminate the place now, we will not be able to find the killer of your relation. Please stay out. Leave them do the work. You know, you're communicating with them. I have had problems like that too, where we are at the crime scene and these big politicians come and they want to go in there. Every effort to stop them will be futile. But I have one thing in my sleeve that I always use. When you insist on going, I say, okay, no sir, no problem sir. Please give me your contact because I have to come back to take blood samples from you and all those things to eliminate you. Once you say that, they will just find their way out. That's the way of keeping them off. Because everybody wants to be part of the show. You know, so please, these small tactics, you tell them, if you go in, if you want to still go there, give me your details. We have to come to collect samples from you, your blood sample, your fingerprints, and all that so that we can eliminate you. It's a very crucial role that you need to play. Forensic ambassadors too are guardians of justice and trust. Ultimately, your role ensures that justice is served. In Nigeria, there have been high-profile cases where mishandled crime scenes led to wrongful acquittals or miscarriages of justice. Yet, there are also stories where meticulous scene management secured convictions that brought peace to victims, families, and upheld the credibility of justice system. We also talk about forensic scientists, forensic ambassadors being resilient in the face of challenges. We must also acknowledge that role that forensic ambassadors also are not without challenges. Crime scene can be emotionally overwhelming. Confronting practitioners with violence, loss, and human tragedy. I just described to you now an emotionally charged relation. It's not easy keeping that person out of the scene. They can become violent. Why are you preventing me? Don't you know it's my sister that died? You know, your disposition at that time is very important. The way you will be able to communicate and convince that person that your going will cause more damage to her aim is what is important. Please ignore insults and doubt that will come. It's the normal reaction of human beings. And those are the things you encounter in the course of your work. There are also pressures from external forces. The media, politicians have given example, public opinion. So what I'm saying in essence is that sometimes a case has gone into the public view. People are commenting. Okay, but because they are commenting from the point of view of ignorance, You that probably have some foundation, your contribution should be more meaningful and factual to correct and put everybody in line. That privilege of knowledge you have, those who are saying that they don't have it. That's another role that is important for you to do. So what are we talking about? I'm giving you a call to action. Today, as we celebrate more than titles, we affirm a commitment. As forensic ambassadors, you are custodians of crime scenes, guardians of the chain of custody, translators of salient evidence into coherent narratives, champions of ethics and professionalism, educators and role models for society. In each crime scene you manage, remember, the victim speaks through your evidence and justice listens through you. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, crime scene management is not just a technical process. It is a moral duty, a public trust, a profound service to justice. As ambassadors, you hold in your hands not just evidence, but the credibility of forensic science and the hope of those who seek truth. So, let your work be meticulous, let your presence inspire trust, let your actions uphold integrity, and above all, let your service remind the world that forensic science is not about spectacle, but about truth. Truth that heals, truth that convicts, and truth that sets society free. Thank you very much.
I think it's not yet up to 40s. We met today for this program, but Honorable Minister, he gave us his word that he was coming. But just day before yesterday, we were informed that Mr. President sent him to Zimbabwe for an assignment. That is why he delegated somebody to stand in for him. But please to let him know that the patronship is an arm that support and promote forensic in Nigeria. That is why the people, just ordinary people, and with his presence there, we know we will achieve a lot of results. Please, sir, may you go ahead and decorate him, sir.
Excuse me. Allow me to be on the established protocol, sir. Thank you very much. It is well. On behalf of our Baba, the Alayu, the TV of Edeland, Kabiyesi, can we all shout Kabiyesi? Dr. Nuruddin Adesolawa. Hi, the King of Edeland, Adewale Salawu is my name, and the retired immigration officer. I want to decorate the Minister for Youth and Sports from the Forensic Ambassadors Academy with us today. And by the grace of God, you are blessed sufficiently today.
Good afternoon, everybody. Well, ẹnì kejì mi àwọn ti ṣe ètò tó pọ̀. Èmi náà wà sọ ti abínibí wa. Torí wípé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá la wà, Ọ̀ṣun la sì wà. A sì máa ń gbé àṣà lárugẹ kí ó sì bẹ̀. Wọ́n á bẹ gbogbo àwa tí ó bá jẹ́ pé èdè wa yìí ò lè dáadáa tó. Ẹ máa fi mọ́ra. Ẹ sì ní fi mọ́ra lásán náà. Ọ̀gá wa àwọn gbọ́ Yorùbá díẹ̀díẹ̀, wọ́n padà bá ń sọ tí ń bá sọ ní Yorùbá, wọ́n padà bá ń sọ fún yín ní èdè òyìnbó. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí bàbá bàbá wa aláyélúwà tìmí ti ìlú Ẹdẹ ọba Mùnírùdín Adésọlá Lawal Lámínísà alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ tí wọ́n rán èmi olóyè àgbàgbọ́ ti ilé Ẹdẹ pẹ̀lú bàbá olóyè kejì àgbà kí ti ilé Ẹdẹ láti wá sojú wọn ní ibi báyìí. A kí gbogbo èèyàn pé ẹkú dùn. So on behalf of the Forensic Guard Nigeria, in collaboration with Forensic Ambassadors Africa, we send Forensic National Patron to Honorable Ayodele Wisdom Olawale for promotion and support of forensic education and human rights activities. You are appointed as National Patron.
Ẹ pàtẹ́wọ́ fún bàbá ẹ̀ lọ, ẹ pàtẹ́wọ́ fún kábíyèsí o.
Please, whatever God has joined together, no man shall put asunder. Mr. Sonny is here with the wife. Coincidentally, he is going for patron while the wife is associate. So what can we do? Can we now leave the wife behind to wait till our time? No, that's been already. Please join your husband here. May I also hand over to our real fathers to help us do justice to this. Thank you, sir.
We thank God. On behalf of Baba Kabiyesi, the Timi of Edeland, Oba Dr. Laminisa Adeshola Lawal, Laminisa 1, the Timi of Edeland. I'm presenting this Forensic Guard Nigeria in collaboration with Forensic Ambassadors Africa and Forensic Ambassador Academy. Present award of associate to Mrs. Sonny Ian today. And like I said to the wife, I send that of the husband to him on behalf of Kabiyesi the Timi of Edeland.
Tó ti ẹ̀jẹ̀ wípé àwọn pòfẹ́sọ̀ wa tá a fẹ́ gbé nǹkan fún lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí wọn ọ̀gbọ́ Yorùbá ṣùgbọ́n síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ wọ́n gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni wọ́n gbà wà bá ṣe rí torílẹ̀ Yorùbá là wà. Ní orúkọ bàbá wa bàbá Tìmí tí èmi ààrẹ àgbo ti ilẹ̀ Ẹdẹ àti bàbá olóyè àgbà tí a wá sójú fún ní bíbá yìí. On behalf of Forensic Guard Nigeria, in collaboration with Forensic Ambassadors Africa, we send Forensic National Patron to Sonny Iyan for promotion and support of forensic education education and human rights activities are appointed as national patron.
Congratulations, please.
Your Excellencies, may we allow the royal fathers to...
Sorry, sir. Sorry, I think I have the audacity, even the individuals. We have a surprise for the Executive Secretary of Forensic Guard Nigeria. I think my head is telling me that this cap is too big for my hair and I must carry it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very big surprise of our Executive Secretary. I think my voice is a little bit. We have a very big surprise at this particular personality. As they are standing now, for the Executive Secretary, he doesn't even know. So we are taking that upon us to give the surprise. Just a minute, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, sir. So we have a surprise for the ES, the Executive Secretary. I want to call up our patron. Please come up stage. Our patron, please come up. The host chairman of Osun State, please come up. I'm also calling on Ogun State coordinator. Please come up immediately. We have and then our zonal coordinator. I want to hand over the mic to the zonal coordinator to do the presentation of this surprise.
Thank you very much. Well, it's a very big surprise. And on behalf of Southwest Zone Forensic Guard Nigeria, we want to use this video to appreciate the effort and the input of our Executive Secretary towards the development of forensic science, activities and operations in Nigeria, West Africa, Africa, and world at large. So I want to appreciate him for bringing this 10th anniversary conference to Southwest and the first graduation of Forensic Guard Academy. And on behalf of Southwest, so we have this honor. Please step forward, don't hide. Come forward. That's why we said it's a surprise. On behalf of Southwest, Forensic Guard Nigeria Southwest 2, the Touch Bearer Forensic Excellence Award presented to Ambassador Ibrahim Kwafan, Executive Secretary Forensic Guard Nigeria, Forensic Ambassador Africa. In recognition of its visionary leadership, transformative impact, and enduring contributions to forensic science in Nigeria, Africa, and beyond. Also for lighting the path of innovation, leadership in forensic science. This day, 38th August 2025. On behalf of Southwest Forensic Guard, we want to hand over this award to our candidacy to do the presentation on behalf of Southwest Forensic Guard Nigeria, Obalobele.
very much. The patrons, you need to commence your job as national patrons. Please stand with. This one that happened is an ambush. I didn't expect it. In fact, I was like, I almost shut them down. You are trying to delay the program. Well, let the will. Now we invite the two patrons to do their first forensic assignment that will be assigned to them. We have a badge that we have never used before. We are using it here for the first time, forensic badge. I want to use this medium to appeal to the Honorable Commissioner Forensic to help us communicate the Nigerian Police Force. Our graduates here, after receiving this training, is not to go and compete with anybody. It's to go and security agencies. And that has been, we see anybody that tender forensic ID card or forensic badge, kindly consider that person, except otherwise provided. If that person commit a crime, he should go for the crime. But if he's trying to assist or complement the efforts of security agencies, they should be considered. So we want them to formally launch this medal, because actually the medal that we are producing is coming from China. We have made a deposit of 3 million and we are to balance out the total of 7 million to get the badges out. But we have this as a temporary badge for all our graduates to go with it. So that anytime you see them anywhere, you know that this is a forensic ambassador. So they will do the launch, so that at least we can get small thing to at least furnish the DC and prepare for the main one. So, the Honorable Minister, sir, in a situation like this, what will you say?
Well, like I said before, I'm representing the Honorable Minister, and in an official gathering like this, it is illegal to make a public pronouncement of any financial commitment. But my organ, the Deputy Secretary, know that the Honorable Minister is more than capable that will do justice and the needful when necessary. Thank you very much, sir.
Good enough, you are also the professors are here. After this, when you finish your assignment, make sure you take them out so that they'll have the fee of Osun State.
Okay, thank you, our ES, KBSU, my co-distinguished ambassadors. On behalf of myself and my wife, I'm launching this ID, the sum of 200,000.
Participant, you heard it, he said 200,000. So please, before you go, I know you are about missing your flight, you will not miss it at all. Okay. No, sir. You will still wait. I will invite the Commissioner of Police Forensic to decorate you with this medal before you take your leave. Your Excellency, sir. This is an honor for me to decorate you. And I want to tell you one thing, as a patron, you have the privilege of guarding everybody, leading them in the path of justice. I'm saying this because in a situation where you come across any of your members as strays from the path, forced to contact you, and today to know that one of your members is straying, and that you should buckle up and bring them to life. Just want you to realize the weight of what you are carrying on your shoulder. So with that, I want to decorate you with this,
and ask God to give you the wisdom to be able to carry this weight in the way that Nigerians will be proud of this people. Thank you.
How this thing works. I and some few others worked to design this badge. But coincidentally, you are the first one to wear it even before me. So, count yourself such a lucky person. He decorated me before, but look at him decorating you. All the best. Thank you.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please can we appreciate. I want you to appreciate the Commissioner of Police, Commissioner of Forensic. Can we now appreciate Nigerian Police for their integrity, for the creating crime scene with their own natural talent? Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have seen it, we have had it. There's an award for Commissioner, please.
Hello. Hello. Those in favor that the CP Forensic becomes an ambassador, say hi. Hi. Again, say nay. The high side. So, we work in forensic. Did you understand? I understand one of his long-time friends who they've been communicating on a daily basis, but they have not met together. Forensic Ambassadors Africa have brought them together. Please, can you come over and do the presentation, please? Already he has been practicing the job of forensic ambassador. So why can't we make him a forensic ambassador official? We're not just ambassador, but with his experience in forensic, we have no choice than to honor him or forensic ambassador certificate. Just before you take your seat, sir, you were opportune to honor somebody with this. We have no choice than to honor you with this also. And to do that, I think we should have our rare fathers do this. Because for you to travel all the way from Abuja to Osun State to come and sensitize the people of Southwest is quite commendable. Your Majesty. Thank you very much. We are grateful, sir. And when you go back, of course, say all the way to the IG that we are here to complement security agencies. And the major job of this crime scene is the work of police. So whatever we are doing, we are only complementing. Please, we would love to see one of them. Thank you very much, sir. So, our Reverend Father, before you take your seat, please one last assignment, but not from him again. Our professor came all the way from Benue State, and he has done justice to the topic also. Please, you also decollect him before you go. Let's start the search for forensic ambassador. Then fellow for Prof. Doctor, who is snapping us? I will invite the class governor. I will invite the class governor who will call all the participants out. That is the graduating students. The good thing is they are not just in one phase. Some of them are already existing ambassadors, some are already fellows, some are already associates and all of that. All of them will come out to take oath of office, will present their certificate before we now go to the other aspect of it. So let me also once again ask, we are expecting the representative of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Osun State. If you are here, please let us know. Okay, also the Honorable Commissioner, they told us they were on their way. Okay. The Registrar of the Academy, are you here now? Ambassador Dr. Jimmy. Ask for Jimmy. Okay, please, let's go ahead. Invite them.
By the power compound of me, Ambassador Dr. Atishola Yode Jolamilekon, the class governor for the class academy. I hereby call Ambassador Dr. Adejayo Olutayo Tinuola. Be getting ready. To be getting ready, Ambassador Barrister Yomafi Utashi. followed by Degejuru Ogechukwu. Degejuru Ogechukwu. Ambassador Ifeanyi Kadri. Listen to your name, please. Ambassador Ifeanyi Kadri. Akorede Akolawole Adekunbi Grama. Ambassador Blessing Sunday Eto. Basi Brave. Ambassador Peter Maria Nuhu. Ambassador Peter Maria Nuhu. Ambassador Asada Ashim Samuel. Ambassador Isaac Akomushiko. Ambassador Reverend Kingsley Ojewuchi. Engineer Ambassador Pashaki Lufos Ayola. Ambassador Patron Adenili Adekunle. Ambassador Christopher Nwadie Ogundimu Olusola Adeleke. Anifowose Eboluwa Olusola. Ambassador Adewale Rufai Adedogun. Ambassador Ugwe Sokwe Kwere Loretta Oluwu. Ambassador Akintola Ide. Ọlárẹ̀wájú Agbọ́nà Dínà. Ambassador Nkechi Obina. Ambassador Adeboyin Kenitola Adeniyi. Mrs. Awe Omolara Mary. Adekunle Laide Mutiu. Victoria Nkiruka Nwaolu. Olúwaṣìmílẹ́yìn Ayọ̀bámi Akínsọlá. Dr. Michael Young Ameuda. Ambassador Fajemi Rhoda Jacob. Ọláìtàn Bébọ̀ Ijeoma-O. Ambassador Elizabeth Harrison. Ambassador Frank Ode. Sarah Sasa Manasseh. Ambassador Dr. Anthony Ogo. Claudius Ogosi. Rosemont Adesimeku. Ogundimu Olusola Adeleke. Ambassador Destiny Apasima Elijah. Ambassador Dr. Benufi Abiodun Augustine. Ambassador Abraham Kwakman. Ileobiri, Ambassador Felix Oyebuchi Onuchukwu, Ògúnnífẹ̀ Olúwadáyọ̀ Bítì, Ambassador Gabriel Okewu, Helen Nakuma, Akola, Ambassador Good News, Alfred Akman, Ambassador Claudius Ambassador Dr. Ehmed, Ambassador Adedoyin Romi, Ambassador Jimmy Ashworth, Alexander, Ambassador Jesu Dalabana, Ambassador Asana, Ilioma Karna, James Jovita Akamadu, Teta Nana Mbago, Ambassador Kingsley Omorui, Ambassador Michael Rotimi Akínbóyè,
Sorry, is there any graduate who have not seen your certificate? We didn't hear your name. Okay. What? Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the peak of this program. If you look at the banner, we say graduation of forensic ambassadors. This is the first graduation from the academy so far. And we are opportune to have those who matters as far as forensic is concerned. And at this point, I will invite the legal advisor to administer oath of office to them, and thereafter we invite the CP Forensic, who is the keynote speaker here, to charge them, and then have a handshake with them before taking his leave. Coincidentally, the representative of the chairman of the occasion happens to also be one of our students. So, since you are taking the pain to come all the way from Kaduna to represent the chairman here, is there anything that would deprive us from formally inaugurating him and making him an ambassador, please? Those in favor that he should be inaugurated as a pioneer student of this academy and be decorated as an ambassador, say hi. Again, say nay. The high service, please join us. Also, to join him in the same vein is associate professor, who is also supposed to be decorated formally as an ambassador, all the way from Kogi State. Associate Professor Jem Onwa, please join us here so that we can do it together and save the time. Thank you.
established protocol, I, Ijoma Chimauchi, a solicitor and advocate of the Supreme Court of Nigeria, a notary public of the Supreme Court of Nigeria, hereby administer this oath. And I will encourage all the graduates to please raise your right hand as we take the oath. You say your name. Do solemnly declare that I will truly and faithfully seek justice and defend the truth to the best of my knowledge, to honor the skill and execute the trust and responsibility that is reposed in me by Forensic Ambassadors Academy. So help me God.
So now we invite the CP Forensic to have a handshake with them and then charge them before he will take his leave. And he will be accompanied by our royal fathers and the representative of Commissioner of Police, Osun State, and representative of Road Safety Corps, who formally congratulate them and welcome them on board. And then the representative of National Association of Uniform Organization, please step forward to do the... Don't move, maintain that. You have a charge from the representative of Nigerian Police, all the way from Abuja, the Commissioner Forensic, all the way from Post Headquarters. Don't forget they are the one who are complimenting. So whatever he's saying is very key and fundamental. Your Excellency, continue, sir.
Thank you very much, Secretary. The graduates, you have been inducted. I hope that you listened to the oath you took. And if you haven't, I will urge them to make a copy of that oath and give to each of them. Okay? I'm saying this because as the Commissioner of Police Forensic, I have the mandate to regulate the practice of forensic in Nigeria. I've told you we must shut 3 laboratories down. Okay? We must ensure that we uphold justice. Okay? What I know is a little bit difficult in this field is when it is now you have interest in the case. That's where the problem comes. Okay? Your ability to maintain integrity in a situation where you are also involved is where the problem comes. Please, I do not want tomorrow that somebody calls me and said one of the ambassadors is involved in this, is involved in that. Please, don't want that. Make sure that this oath you took today, you uphold it, you keep to it. Like he was giving you a lecture, he said that every 2 months you want to acquire knowledge is power. I always tell them. My boys who are working with me, I keep telling them, if you put knowledge into your head, there is no retirement for you. You walk throughout your life. So I urge all of you, make sure you put skills in your head, and once you do that, I bet you, even if you retire, people will look for you. Like Professor Jonah, even if I retire from police tomorrow, he's still going to be sending samples to me. And I can tell you, more than 70% of forensic pathologists in this country are aware of my skills. So please, I urge you to ginger you to be able to do something. It's a virgin area. Don't go and take advantage of the fact that the knowledge is not there. Then you begin to draft into another place. Make sure integrity is your guide. Don't allow your own personal interest to come into it. All right? Keep straight, and the sky is your limit. Congratulations, and do well.
Thank you very much. You can take your seats now while we are told that we have the representative of His Excellency the Deputy Governor. Okay, sorry. While we are trying to do this, please, we have been reliably informed that now that you have graduated, the position of your cap should be changed because we are in an academic environment. Please do that sharply. My own is already here because I graduated a long time ago. We have the representative of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Osun State, who also, the person is wearing 3 caps in one. He is a representative of the Executive Governor of Osun State. He is also representing the Honorable Commissioner for Education, our partners and chief host here, and of course, he is also representing the Office of the Permanent Secretary. The representative of His Excellency the Executive Governor of Osun State, Mr. Jimoh Adekunleku. Please pardon me if the name is not well pronounced. to please step up, say a word before we continue. Your Excellency, sir. Thank you. Put your hands together for us.
Good afternoon. Our ambassadors of today, forensic ambassadors, the academy, that's Nigeria and Africa. I want to stand on the already established protocol. They said I wear 3 caps in one. Actually, I want to say no. I would have been here earlier before this time, but due to some unforeseen circumstances beyond my control, I was not here on time. But notwithstanding, I had to rush down here to witness this all-important program. I'm here and I'm happy to be in your midst. And I want to congratulate you for achieving another round of academic success by becoming one of the ambassadors of the Forensic Ambassadors Academy. Congratulations to you, to every one of you. When I was discussing my coming here today with the Honorable Commissioner for Education, Honorable Dipo Eluwole, who is expected to be the representative of His Excellency Senator Dr. Ademola Jackson Nuruddin Adeleke at this event, he has been assigned another program already for the day. Because, every day like that, there are itineraries of Mr. Governor that will be assigned to different commissioners and so on and so forth. In fact, he has to represent Mr. Governor in 2 other programs. And for that, I told him that he is supposed to be there. He said no, that I should come. But I cannot. If His Excellency has to be somewhere, there must be a prepared speech that has to be, corrected that has to be corrected or edited by the office of the governor. But in this case now, I don't have any speech that has been approved for presentation. That's why I have to make a free speech as I'm doing now. Please pardon me for that. It's beyond my control because I cannot just prepare any speech and deliver on behalf of Mr. Governor. It is not done in civil service. In civil service, you have hierarchy where, you have to get an instruction before you carry it out. Our Excellency, the other time when he called me, he addressed me, my Excellency. I said, me, an Excellency. I said, no, I'm not an Excellency. And I mean it. But when he now explained it, I said, well, I will accept it temporarily. It is only Mr. Governor that can be addressed as His Excellency. And that is by virtue of our own training. He said, I'm an ambassador by virtue of this. I said, even if I'm an ambassador, I'm a permanent secretary of the Ministry of Education. And my organ, the head of service, cannot be addressed as His Excellency. Likewise, the Honorable Commissioner. But it's only, the Deputy Governor and His Excellency, Mr. Governor, that can be addressed as, and if I know this thing in civil service ethics,
at least I have to exhibit it. No, it's not that I'm rejecting the word excellency, but by virtue of our training in civil service, you don't take or accept what is not within your your right as a civil servant. So that's the reason. He knew what I told him that day. So on that note, I want to appreciate every one of us present here, and I'm doing that on behalf of the Honorable Commissioner for Education, Honorable Dipo Eluwole, who is also on another special assignment as I'm speaking. And let me say a few words. We all know knowledge is baseless. What I mean is this: it doesn't have an end. Knowledge is so long that you cannot know where it started, neither can you know where to end. And at whatever age, we learn from cradle to grave. And what we have achieved today, and all our visitors from all over Nigeria, from wherever you have come from, to have attained or done, the gown of academy on you, which makes you stand out as a different person in forensic science. The little I know about forensic science as a scientist myself, I know that as I'm speaking now, if I touch something, if my hand, my fingers, is placed somewhere now, I have, my fingerprints already on it. When scanned, they will be able to trace, someone somewhere, so-called, when scanned, will say, no, I'm that person that have maybe spoken or, touched a particular thing. And carelessly, wherever we go, you touch anything, you hold anything, you even, do anything the way you like. And as long as one is not criminally minded, right? One can be absolved of anything of such. But I know and I'm aware that forensic science is a very versatile tool that we need in our society today to crack hard crimes. We are evolving every day. We have cyber crimes, we have other petty crimes that are being committed day and night. We have our law enforcement agents here. They know all this that I'm saying. And in essence, when you do all this and you have that knowledge, you'll be able to advance the cause of maybe bringing down the criminal tendencies within our society. And when they came the other time, they came to, on the constant visit to the Honorable Commissioner, and they introduced they told us what the Forensic Academy is all about. We said, yes, there's no problem. Osun State is ready to accept and, work in collaboration with the academy. And with that, I've mandated the school department of the Ministry of Education and the Higher Education, Bursary and Scholarship Department of the Ministry of Education to work closely, because this study has to do with our secondary school and it also has to do with our higher institutions. So on that note, we want a kind of working relationship, a formidable working relationship between the Ministry of Education and the Forensic Ambassadors Academy, anywhere they may be in Nigeria. And I know doing that, it will, by the time our younger ones are enlightened about what forensic science is, maybe or perhaps they will be able to stay out of crime. And if our society is crime-free, our social status will be elevated. We will live in peace, and then there will be progress and development in the society. On behalf of Honorable Commissioner for Education, Honorable Dipo Eluwole, I I salute you, I congratulate you, and I say thank you for inviting me to this program.
And we'll just give him 2 minutes. As soon as he finishes, Nigerian police will give us the word, 1.5 minutes, road safety 1.5 minutes, and then we'll round up. So that will not be, please, sir.
Good afternoon, all. I think it is difficult, if not impossible, to disentangle security from all ramifications. And I think in light of this forensic expert or forensic has come, and I want us to accept it in totality. The issue of security is one of the major problems confronting Nigeria. And I want to say categorically and not repetitively that NTA has become a partner with you. And I want to assure you that most of the reports will go to our national headquarters in Abuja. So congratulations once again. And I want to thank the representative of the governor, the permanent secretary. Thank you, God bless you. You have done wonderfully well. You have played a pivotal role. If not because of you, we would not have gotten a place to sit like this. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Now I call on the SP Afolabi for your good message from Commissioner of Police, Osun State, Osogbo. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Permit me to stand on the existing protocol. I'm SP Afolabi, OC Cybercrime State CI Division. On behalf of the Commissioner of Police, CP Ibrahim Gota, I would like to appreciate the effort of Forensic Ambassadors Academy. Security is business of all. Criminal justice is equally business of all. If it doesn't concern you today, someone very close to you will be affected tomorrow. And one of the areas where police is having problem is prosecution and conviction. With the aid of Forensic Ambassador Academy, I believe most of our crime scene will be properly processed, prevented from contamination, and thereby giving all of us a positive result in criminal justice. So I wish to appreciate and commend the effort of the graduates, the forensic ambassadors. I wish you best in your field of endeavor. It's going to be the proud of the police to have your hands, and this will ensure a stable society, crime-free society. Because the moment a criminal knows that he's going to be caught, whether directly or indirectly, it is going to reduce the crime to the barest minimum. Good afternoon, everyone.
Thank you so much, SP A.O. Afolabi, the representative of Commissioner of Police of Osun State. Now I'll call on SP Adeyako Muhammadu. Yes. SP Adeyako Muhammadu. Okay, that's a list of the DSP Audu Dalla Machine.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Please, I want to stand on the existing protocol. I'm here on behalf of my sector commander, CC Leye Adeboyega FSI. On his behalf, I want to congratulate all the graduates like as you have also heard, our forensic science is a very important field. And I want to urge you to please continue to ensure that we strengthen our justice system so that we can ensure that all criminals are convicted and those who are innocent are set free. I want to commend the organizers for advancing forensic science in Nigeria. We believe that has come to stay. And this is the first graduation ceremony. I believe many more are to come. Thank you and God bless.
Jesus. The next person is a patriot, Ayande Paul. Please. Your good message.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. I want to stand on the existing protocol. I am Patriot Oshukoya David, the Deputy State Commandant, Secretariat, Peace Corps of Nigeria, Osun State Command. And I'm standing to represent the State Commandant of Peace Corps of Nigeria, Osun State Command, that is Patriot Ayinde Paul Kayode. It is our pleasure this afternoon even to witness this wonderful program. And we want to appreciate the organizer of this program because they are giving us what we need at this very particular time, most especially in Nigeria. Forensic training is one of the avenues whereby crime can be reduced to the minimum barrier. And we appreciate everything that we have taught here today. And we want to pray that God will continue to strengthen the organizers of this program. And at the same time, I want to congratulate all the graduates that as you are going, I pray that the Lord Almighty will work with you. And I want to remind you that you not forget everything that you have been taught. And by the time you continue in this assignment, I believe you are going to be a good ambassador to the country Nigeria by the grace of God. And finally, the Peace Corps of Nigeria, we want to give the Forensic Ambassador Academy our full support, that we are going to collaborate together to ensure there is peace according to our name, Peace Corps of Nigeria. God bless you.
Sorry, sir.
Thank you very much. This is the first state. President Ambassador to the launched. And I will still act as a civil servant, please. I just need to, you just permit me. And I will get in contact with you. Whatever donation that the Honorable Commissioner can let me. Because I will give him the feedback and inform him that Osun State is so lucky to be the first state where this airplane or whatever launched. And in that wise, it of course means that the handsome donation will be sent to you, which I know. I'm saying it, that the Honorable Commissioner will approve of it, never inform him. So I will get in contact with you, and when there will be the right thing will be done. I thank you very much.
Hello, we cannot allow our rare fathers to come and do this wonderful work and then go home with unappreciated. So in that light, we are invited Ambassador, the GM of Forensic, GM of NTA, and Associate Professor General Noah to help us to collect the RBSC. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please, you also use this medal and collect them with. Very important. And if they have anything to say to the youth, they can say it before they will take their seat. Congratulations, IPSU. Congrats. Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, you may take your seat. Thank you. Now, I would say that will not, please, since they are here, please attend to them. Keep them waiting again. Please, mommy, I cannot put a son now. Please. Please, we are inviting the representative of Commissioner of Police and representative of Road Safety to please help us do this decoration, please. May interest you to know that when we came here, we visited NTA. They welcomed us very well. After that, they invited that we should come again. They gave us time on NTA to talk to Nigeria, and it was very successful. Yesterday, from 10 o'clock to 10:30, we were live on air with the courtesy of NTA. We must commend you for this good job. Please hold on with sorry, this one they will say something very important. They will have something to say. It's a new method, and you know how this kind of thing works. Your Excellency, now that you have become a forensic ambassador official, what will you say concerning this method so that we can have more of order? Thank you. Your Excellency, he says his message from B. May I invite the traditional PRO to please coordinate the remaining part of this? Oh, okay, sorry. A friend from Mr. Chairman, please come over here. Please just hold on. Please join them. Invite the Honorable Commissioner, every represented by the council, to report to your decoration. Thank you. They say the dog that you wouldn't eat the fattest bone. There's an adage. Yes, sir, Your Excellency. Patient dog eat the fattest bone. So you are going to be decorated by the Honorable Commissioner himself. Welcome, sir. It takes an ambassador to decorate an ambassador.
we have Professor Odunayo Clement. Professor Odunayo Clement Adeboye. Okay. We have Uche Ijoma. Uche Ijoma. Okay, Ambassador Dr. Eme Kelechi. Professor David Dongi Joel. Professor Ezekiel Tambwi William. Professor Hawa Ili. Ambassador Dr. Adewale Nubaya Adedoku. Next, we are going to the Ambassadorial Award. Samuel Lamte is not here.
Sorry, ma'am.
Ambassador Helena Nakuma Ankora. Ambassador Oyenike Robbie Mora. Ambassador Sue Audona Alexander. Ambassador Rosemond Amesimeku. Rosemond Amesimeku. Ambassador Dr. James Onugwa. Ambassador Dr. James Onugwa. Ambassador Oshoko Olaiton Fatima. Ambassador Oshoko Olaiton Fatima. Ambassador Victoria Nkiruka Mono. Ambassador Victoria Nkiruka Mono. Ambassador Adedoyin Simi Sola Ademiji. Reverend Ambassador Felix Oyebuchi Onuchukwu. Ambassador Awe Omolara Mary. Ambassador Ojuade Olusola Samson. Ambassador Olarewaju Agbola Aminat. Babida Kumayo Wanosi.
Ambassador Samuel Amte.
Patel.
Before we round up and take our leave, I want to draw your attention. Some people, or some perform very well. We want to officially encourage them to do more. Because not only criticizing that we do, there is need to do that. So we're presenting a award of excellence. And the first to receive is in no particular order, but Ambassador Segun Daramora, Lagos State Secretary and Southwest Training Coordinator. This young man don't sleep at all to make sure forensics survive. Please keep it up all the way from Lagos. Please may I invite the PAMSEC to help us present this award, please, to encourage them. Next is Ambassador Kingsley Onyebuchi. He's the one coordinating Ghana and Imo State at the same time. One leg in Ghana, one leg in Imo. Congratulations, sir. In fact, let me just share this little story with you. I traveled in 2 weeks. All the money got exhausted. We slept on one bed for a period of time, and there was no money again. We could not sleep on one bed again. We have to divide. I said, okay, Oga, if there's smart, go and get it. We must continue. That's on the lighter mode. But he's very committed. Next, Ambassador, this one will come last. This one will come last. Next, this is Ambassador Nubi Yajara is from Colombia. If I tell you what Nubi in Colombia is doing on forensic, you will marvel. In fact, my nomination and appointment as President of the American Tribal Embassy was a recommendation of Nubi from Colombia. As we speak, she's watching all that we're doing. Yesterday she watched everything. Today she's still watching. May interest you to know that this program will have over 20 countries watching it. Thank you. So we are presenting that. Please receive it on behalf of Nubi from Colombia. Nubi, we are proud of you. I hope you are listening to us. You are doing well in promoting forensic. Keep it up. Next is Ambassador Dr. Anthony Kobok-Radius Ogosu. I want to say this in here. Zonal Coordinator of South, please come up. A lot of people in point time. So if I don't support him, who will support him again? And people that are working for you, who will you give it to? So those who are criticizing, I want to tell them to wait. When is their turn, they will give it to their enemies. Thank you. We have Ambassador Adeni Amos Adekunle. This in fact, let me tell you, without this man, this program would have not been possible. He convinced the PAMSEC under 2 days to receive us. President accept visitors, he also graciously received us. Sometimes I call him 10 o'clock in the night. He will still answer me. Oh, we are grateful, sir, for your support. Next is Ambassador Dr. Orobushola Korawale. This man is from FCT. With his influence, we have established forensic club in more than 20 schools in FCT, courtesy of him. So we are presenting this in absentia. Okay. This also and is going to Ambassador Dr. Mohammed Ifan. He is from India, and courtesy of him, he is the director of forensic. Through him, we have more than 20 different countries that join forensic under his supervision. He is doing very well. So we are presenting this in absentia also. Thank you very much, Ambassador Mohammed Ifan of India. Then we have Ambassador Dr. Nkechi Obina. Those who feel that this woman deserves this award should say hi. Those again say no. She deserves it. In fact, people feel that without them, this organization will not survive. But her coming on board, that is not just about individual. But whatever God has ordained, no one can change it. Please help us present this to her. She don't sleep. 2 a.m., 3 a.m. she's working, and the job is forensic. Thank you very much. Last but not the least is the workaholic zonal coordinator, Ambassador Dr. Adewale Rufai Dedokun, Southwest Zonal Coordinator. First among them is Atishola Oluwatimere Ayobami. Pardon me if I don't pronounce it well. I have not eaten, that is why. Please pardon me. Next is Favour Ifoma Obina, the daughter of the workaholic PRO. All the associates are very young. I think I'm impressed with what I'm saying here. It means we have a future. Okay, if there is any mix-up in your award, and we didn't get it right, please approach us as soon as we're through here so that we'll sort out. But let me know, for the sake of record, is there anybody that his name is not mentioned here and you are paying for any award? Who? Please come. Which award? Associate? Ambassador? Okay, what happened is some of these this thing we got was just yesterday. Some we got them day before yesterday. And we printed this award in Abuja before I came in. That is why we were emphasizing on 25th. 12 o'clock on 25th, we close everything award. So if your own is not here, maybe it's because of that. We'll sort it out and get back to you. Thank you. If you have any error on your name and it's glaring, then you let us know. But if it is not, bear with us. Now, before we allow our PAPSEC to take a seat, we want to present a certificate of appreciation to the Nigerian Police Force. The copy will come officially, but we'll use something to present to indicate that we will acknowledge you. Nigerian Road Safety, the Peace Corps of Nigeria, all the organizations that don't mind the name on it. Later we will sort it out. Nigerian Police, the representative of the Commissioner, please. Please, it's not the read this thing. Later we'll sort it out. Road Safety, are you there? Peace Corps of Nigeria. I must commend Peace Corps. They were here on time and they have a good number. Please put your hands together for Peace Corps of Nigeria. You did very well. I'm proud of you. And don't forget, I'm also a product of Peace Corps. Yes, thank you very much. Then we have Y Brigade. Y Brigade are coming. Royal ambassadors are here. Nigerian Gay Guide is here. Yes. Which other organization? Please send representative to receive a list certificate. Representative of NAUPO, National Association of Uniform Voluntary Organization.
The next voluntary uniform partner, the next one, if your name has not been called, please just come. Completed. Completed, Your Excellency, with your permission.
Please, all ambassadors, if you have collected the award, newly decorated ambassadors, please come forward for your badge, your lapel, please. All newly decorated ambassadors and fellows, please. Thank you. Please let it go. Don't make it round. Please, one after the other. Please, one after the other. Thank you.
Any other fellow for your badge, please? Fellow for your badge. Fellow. Fellow, please, fellow. Yes, look for their badge. Fellow. Any other fellow?
Sorry, there was a little mix-up. One of our colleagues that came with us all the way from Abuja, who is also an ambassadorial candidate. In course of the mix-up, we didn't call her name at all. So, and before they will arrange my kidnap from that end, please, I want to appeal, Madam Me. May I invite the representative of the CP to help us present this award to our ambassadorial to Sarah Manasseh, please. Sorry, it was an oversight. Thank you very much. I want to say this before I will return to my seat. A certificate of participation will be sent to every participant. On that, we have been able to put our heads and resolve that the Nigerian police that participated in this program since yesterday and today, and the road safety, and a few others, we are going to make arrangement for a certificate of proficiency to be presented to you. Though it comes with a little discipline because of your commitment, we see what we can be able to do. So please, before you leave, let us have your name, the way you want it out, and then have a contact person who will send it to so that you can. May I invite the zonal coordinator, the chairman, local organizing committee, please, may you come over to give us a vote of thanks.
Yes. I want to stand on the existing protocol. And I want to say, on behalf of the Foresting Guard, Nigeria, and Foresting Ambassador Africa, we want to appreciate all the dignitaries that have come from far and near to Osun State for the first graduation ceremony and the 10th International Seminar of the Foresting Ambassador Africa. I want to say thank you to you all, and we pray for the journey mercies back to your various destinations. destination. We want to commend all our students, the graduates who have taken their time to study for the past 10 weeks. And now they take their exam and are graduating today. We appreciate you all. We commend your efforts. And we want to appreciate all the invitees, all our guests from the security agencies, the news media, the NG. We appreciate you all. Our host, the Osun State government, ably represented here by the permanent secretary, Mr. Jima Adekelebo. We appreciate you. We thank you for your kind gesture. We thank you for the opportunity you have given to us. You were able to come to you to secure this hall, and you switched into action immediately within a week, and were able to see this place secure and used. In fact, you demonstrated the fighters of Omoluabi. We thank you. God bless you. And I pray for every one of us that have made this occasion a successful one. We appreciate all of you, both national, international, local, and the likes. We appreciate you all. Thank you. God bless you all.